in the program is leaving it wide open for misrepresentation and fraud. Here's used car salesman Kenny Baer. Kenny's the president of U.S. Auto Limited. Kenny, when I talked about the story in the editorial meeting, I'm like, you know, I got just the guy for you. Kenny, what's going on with the program? I think I've seen you talk about the fraud and misrepresentation that could go on where, you know, people turn in their car. They get the $4,500, but that car, unless I'm mistaken, is supposed to be crushed, demolished, and, you know, gotten rid of, but they're turning up it elsewhere, right?
I think so. Yeah, it appears that way. They're supposed to be disabled and sold or crushed, I mean, out to a scrapyard. But what's happening is there's a little known, I guess, loophole where the dealer's allowed to sell the car out of the back to a wholesaler. What the wholesaler is, he's in the business to buy the cars from the dealer and send them to the auction and resell them. It looks like that's happening, that you're going to end up seeing your car back on the street. Maybe you can repurchase it. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it seems to be lies by omission by the administration. Let's put it that way.
Well, is it a loophole, or you know, I think I read somewhere you said, you know, the industry is filled with, these are your words, thieves, villains, and scoundrels. Are they doing anything wrong?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a big program, and with big programs, there's always going to be some seepage, if you want to call it that. I think there's a good chance, I think we know for sure, that after the car comes into the new car showroom, it's sent out to the back, supposed to be disabled, and then crushed. But there's a whole lot of hands that are going to touch this car between the time it comes into the new car showroom as a trade and the time it gets to the scrapyard to be destroyed. And there's also a situation now where I'm hearing, as I said, talking to my connections, where they're telling me that the dealers are selling the cars out the back, and there's a legal loophole for them to do that. If someone trades in a $5,000 car and they're only going to get $3,500, the dealer's only going to get $3,500 from the government, the dealer's going to take it out and sell it for $5,000. They're not going to just lose that profit.
All right, I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about something else. What about things people don't think about? What about the mechanics? What about the used car salesmen? And what about the people who sell tires? Are these people going to be driven right out of business because of this program?
Listen, there is no doubt, I'm in this industry, that the first thing that's going to happen is there's the $3,500 to $4,500 price point for used cars. This price is going to go up. If you're taking all these cars out of the market and actually scrapping them, the economy is an ecosystem, as you know. And if you add a false something into the ecosystem, something's going to suffer down the road. We're convinced that these $3,500 to $4,500 price range, and these are starter cars. These are the cars you buy for your kid going to college, for first-time drivers, or for people that have to come in and do some small financing to actually get on the road. These people's cars are going to go up in price. And what about, regardless of what you can say, that's got to happen.
What about poor people? Let's say you can't afford a new car, you can't make the payments even with your $4,500 off. What about those people?
Absolutely. Well, this is what I'm speaking of. What about the guy that goes to the junkyard to get a part for his car? These, and that's the bottom end of the driver, these people, their price for their junk cars, the parts are going to go up because there's going to be less of them. They're scrapping them if they're really doing it. But I think this program is absolutely going to hurt the bottom end of the buying, the buying economy, if you would.
All right,
There's no doubt.
Kenny Baer, thanks for joining us on the